Hi everybody, and welcome to your general weekly reading for the week beginning February 12th, 2018. This week I will be using the Everyday Witch Tarot card deck by Deborah Blake. And I'll also be interpreting messages that comes in from my guides and also the universal energies that are coming in and affecting us. So I hope that you're doing well so far this February. Last week was an interesting week. There was a lot of energy. I think still the remnants of the lots of the clearing that happened from the blood moon a few weeks ago. Last week there was a bunch of healing that took place, but sometimes that can feel a little harsh. So if you've been feeling really tired or really tested this week, just do whatever you can to make yourself feel happy and comfortable and to allow it to release easily. If you're feeling that your schedule is too intense, might be a good time to look at maybe some things that you can let go of, or activities that maybe are not really serving you the best, and maybe it's time to let those go. It's really important that we make the time to relax and to rest so that we can allow the energy that's coming in to ground within us so that it's not pulling us all over the place and making our lives more difficult. In addition to that, when I'm tuning into this week's energy, I'm feeling a little bit like nervous. So if you find that you're anxious this week, again, just do whatever you can to make that anxiety go away. Exercise, eat really well, get lots of rest, journal it out. And make sure that you're not feeling overwhelmed. There are things in your life that you can cut out if you are feeling overwhelmed by the amount of responsibilities or tasks that you need to accomplish. Just pick and choose the ones that really matter and that are really going to make the best impact on you and focus on those. Maybe it's time to cancel some plans this week. This has been kind of a reoccurring theme for the last 4 months. But it's really important because we do overwhelm ourselves, and especially now. I think this is why they're talking about this so much, is because in the winter time is the time for internal reflection, hermiting, going within the self, spending time at home, relaxing, not really doing much. If you're trying to push something forward, a project, whatever it is, if you're trying to push it forward and it's not going anywhere, it could be just because the energy of right now is very stagnant. It's very heavy. It's very much about resting and going within the self and relaxing and reassessing the future, where you want to go, where you want to take your life, what seeds you need to plant in the spring. Because when the spring comes, it'll be a brand new energy and it's going to lift us all up, and it's going to really want to push us to propel forward along our path and towards things that make us happy and whole. And the projects that we want to work on will become a lot easier to do or to manage in the spring. You'll find that you have way more energy in the spring and summer to work on those projects. So the winter, no matter where you are, if it is the winter season, whether it's nice out or not, it is a definite time for the inner self, the inner reflection, and the preparing, the saving that you'll be happy you've had in the spring. So you want to reserve your energy right now and store up those energy reserves so that you can stay up to all of the energy that will be coming in to push you forward towards your goals and to help you with your projects. So now is a really, really, really good time to rest. You also have to listen to your body. If you're trying to force yourself to do lots and it feels really hard, that's because this is a time of rest. So listen to your body, give yourself what it needs. If you're usually a person who exercises a lot, but you haven't had the energy to exercise, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You might just need to take some time to really rest and to recuperate before you start those exercising practices again. It may just be in your best interest right now to rest and relax. There could be some endings going on this week if you're coming to the end of a cycle, trying to do your best to release it with love and know that something better is coming. And that could bring up some anxiety. I think that's the anxiety I'm feeling, is the anxiety of the unknown. Just try as hard as you can to let that go. I believe there is a new moon on Wednesday or Thursday this week, so it's a great time to manifest and to plant seeds. So maybe you're having an ending, and maybe it's time for you to start manifesting and thinking about the future and what you want to replace that ending with, now that you have the space in your life for something else. Okay, so we're going to get into the cards. So I'm going to pull 4 cards for the week. The general theme. What is the general theme for February the 12th? Yeah, really focus on foods that give you energy as well. This week they're showing me apples. Apples are really good for lots of things, and they're really good for your energy. They're the same amount of energy as a cup of coffee, so maybe it's time to transition over to apples instead of drinking so much caffeine. So really focus on foods that fill you up and to make you feel good, and let go of those bad foods this week. I think that's only going to help you. So, okay. We have the 9 of Swords for our general theme of the week. So this is kind of why I'm feeling this anxiety in my stomach. So the 9 of Swords talks about an ending. It's kind of like the worst thing happened. The thing that you thought was the worst possible scenario happened. So when we see this card showing up as a general theme, it's really, really, really important to focus on yourself this week. Let everybody else's crap and obligations fall to the wayside. If you're a parent, try to find the time. I know that's difficult to do, but just try to find as much time as you can for yourself to heal, because this upcoming week doesn't necessarily mean your life is going to fall apart, because this is a general reading. It can mean a variety of things. But the general theme of this week is that you've come to a place where things are as bad as they could get with a certain situation. So, where are we going to go from here? The good news is, with this card, there's nowhere to go but up. So, this is the worst possible situation. It occurred. You're still alive. Where are you going to go from here? What are you going to build for yourself? That's what you need to focus on. We'll get more information as we go through this reading. So for the beginning of the week, we have the Chariot, which is a major arcana. And again, when we see major arcana, we are looking at major life situations, life changes. Also, you don't have a whole lot of control. So we're going back to that surrendering piece. Shit hit the fan and let it go, because you cannot control everything. All you can control is how you approach and how you enter into the world. So in the beginning of the week, we have the Chariot. As you can see in this card, she has 2 ways that she can go. Basically, when we see this card, we are balancing the light and the dark. So we need to somehow marry those 2 directions together to go forward. So this is a card of polarity. It's also a card of movement. So when we see the Chariot, there is forward movement. And because this is a major arcana card, this is the universe propelling you forward, and encouraging you to pick a path. But what you can also do is you can marry both paths. There is a way to go down both directions and end up in the same place. But if you can make those directions kind of go in the same line, there'll be a whole lot less resistance. And because we see, the symbolism in other cards, there's like 2 horses going different ways, but we see the light and the dark here. So if there's a light aspect and a dark aspect to your life right now, maybe there is a way to marry those 2 things together to help them both propel you forward. If this is you, if you are feeling miserable, take that energy, harness it, and transmute it into magic. Allow that grief or that despair, heartbreak, whatever it is, allow that to propel you forward. Allow that to be the push to propel you forward. Maybe it's towards a healing journey. Maybe it's, changing your job, whatever it is. Harness that energy however you have to and transmute it so it can propel you forward as well, so that it doesn't consume you and keep you down. Middle of the week, we have Queen of Wands. So that's a good card to have when we have the Queen of Wands coming up. This could be you. This could be a person entering your life. This is the middle of the week. So the Queen of Wands is a very passionate woman. She is able to do whatever she puts her mind to. When I see this card, it's not traditionally an Aries, but when I see this card, I believe it's the Aries woman. So if you are an Aries woman, this is the middle of the week will be your time to shine or to bring about any sort of passionate activities that you have. If you're not an Aries woman, you can still harness this energy. Bring in the Queen of Wands, be passionate, and let that fire propel you forward as well. Try not to get, self-centered or too bossy. But if you can honor yourself without trying to boss other people around, that's a great balance. And all you can really focus on is yourself. This is a lot of self-centeredness this week in a good way. All right, and for the weekend, we have the Eight of Cups. So you can take the Eight of Cups in a couple ways. Eights are, in my mind, in angel numbers, they are infinity. They are abundance numbers. So when we see the Eight of Cups, we can either take it as this is an abundance of prosperity, abundance, or this is an abundance of emotions. So however you take it, make sure that you honor whatever is going on within you. In this card, we see her walking away, and what they are kind of making me feel that this card is more about is you walking away from something this weekend. Probably something that makes you feel like this. Or if this happened and this is you feeling really sad and sorry for yourself, walk away. Walk away from this feeling, walk away from that situation so that you can clear it out and come back to the Queen. You are the Queen, you are passionate, you can manifest whatever the hell you want. You don't have to sit feeling like this. And this is almost illusion. So this might be the theme of this week, this might be how you're feeling, but this is the truth. This is what you can be. As long as you honor yourself in this situation and take your power back and walk away from whatever you can. So that's what we can control. So when we see readings like this with only one major arcana, you have a little bit of free will here involved. You can choose to walk away or to stay. But if you stay, this is still how you feel. That's not going away. You still have to fix this. So make sure that whether you're walking away from a situation or whether you're walking away from a feeling, that you decide and that's your intention going forward. I will no longer feel like this. If you feel like you need to feel like this for a little longer because this is a general reading, you can definitely do that as well. What else can I say about this reading? It's going to be a heavy week, obviously, but it doesn't have to be a bad week. We can enjoy it. We can do things that make us happy and joyful. We can spend time trying to reconnect to the Queen within ourselves and to manifest. And that's actually interesting. There's like a little break in the middle of the week, and I think that's where the new moon is in the middle of the week. We have this little break that says you're a queen. You can manifest whatever you want. And then it's kind of surrounded by a little bit of difficulty. So this doesn't have to be a bad week, like I've said. You can take the lessons and the love, and you can try to come at everything with a sense of humor. Sorry about all the cuts. I'm having major technical difficulties. I hope that you can get through this whole video without being annoyed by all the choppiness. So anyways, I hope that you have a great week. Again, try not to allow all of the challenges that may pop up for you this week to dampen your week. It still can be great. Just come at it with a sense of humor and with love and try to see the blessings. And if things are being taken from you, if things are ending, just look forward to the promise of the new and take time to grieve the loss so that you can leave it in the past. I'm sending you so much love this week. If you would like a private reading with me, or a private healing session or coaching session, you can email me at thejourneytospirit@gmail.com and come visit me at my website at katiehunt.ca. I would love to hear from you, and I hope this week is filled with so many blessings and so much love, and that you find humor in all of the crap. If you are bombarded with crap this week, know that you are not alone. and know that it is all good and that it's temporary and that there are lessons in it for you. And if you have an amazing week, all the power to you. Remember that you are the queen. You can manifest and you can live a passionate life. You just have to clear out some of the stuff that's blocking you from believing that. And I have full confidence that you can do that this week. Thank you so much for watching. I so much appreciate it. Have a fantastic week. Take care.